Well, summer is upon us, and while Aussie families are flocking to the shorelines, so it seems are sharks, with sightings like these bait ball feeding frenzies in Byron Bay becoming more common. For more, we're joined by marine scientist Dr. Vanessa Pirotta. Vanessa, great to chat to you today, and thanks for your time. Hundreds of sharks this close to shore is pretty confronting, isn't it? Should we be concerned? How concerned?
Sylvia, I think this is so fabulous to see, and I'm not concerned as a marine scientist, and I'm sure other people aren't concerned. It's a beautiful thing to see, and it doesn't happen often like this. What you're seeing is a bait ball, a congregation of fish close to shore, and you're seeing sharks do what they're in the ocean to do, to feed as an ecosystem service provider, feeder, and to help our functioning oceans. So this is completely normal. It's spectacular. That's why we're talking about it on the news right here. And it's also an opportunity for us to learn more about our blue backyard in a positive way, but a friendly reminder, given that school holidays are starting and it's summertime and it's going to be hot and we'll be wanting to go for a swim, won't we?
Well, we will. And the tragic reality here is that there have been some really terrible and tragic attacks, fatalities in recent months. Is the number of attacks increasing in Australia?
Now, with this, Sylvia, we need to be mindful that attacks, it's more of an interaction. And when we see these interactions, yes, they are awful, but they're not something that we see often. We just need to put these things into perspective. Okay, so what you're showing here is a whole heap of vision of sharks. We just need to reset how we view this. Yes, there are awful interactions and people have lost loved ones this year, which I'm very mindful of. But we need to be mindful that sharks occur in the ocean and that they're part of the natural ecosystem, and that these interactions are very, very non-targeted, but also rare. So we talk about them when it happens. Now, being mindful of this, we also need to be aware that we as humans, because we want to be informed and we want to utilize the ocean, we need to do more to understand their movements. And so research is really important, but also we need to balance how we view this. So going into the school holidays, the last thing I want Australians to feel is fear. So we just need to put things into perspective. And if you're a viewer right now wanting to go to the beach, some of the good things that I can provide you is some of those realistic tips. And if you're in Australia, the New South Wales Shark Smart website is a fabulous website for you to be informed and to be shark smart. The points that you can see here is swimming between the flags, swimming with a buddy, avoiding swimming at dawn and dusk or overnight periods. This is just all simple messaging, but putting things into perspective. I'm here to tell you, Australia, that these interactions are very rare. When they happen, it's unfortunate. And when we talk about this, we need to be mindful of those people
for sure
who have also had interaction, Sylvia, because it brings up those people who have been bit by sharks. Whenever they hear this, it might bring up these emotions, and it can be awful for them as well.
It's extremely traumatic. I guess we've just seen footage in recent months of sharks really close to shore, which to me seems very unusual. That's why we brought you in to sort of clear that up, to set the record straight on that. Cabarita, D-Bar, Byron Bay. You know, if I see a fin very close to the shoreline, I'm going to feel fear. That's the reality.
Well, Sylvia, could it be a dolphin? So this is what I'm just here to kind of reset how we view this. And rightly so, we've got the Jaws effect where people think sharks automatically equal a terrible thing. But the reality is people swim with sharks basically every day. We see that through Drone Shark app. So to address your question of why we're seeing sharks closer to shore, sharks and other marine mammals as well as whales rather, and sharks are fish, not marine mammals, they go where the ocean shows productivity. So their movements will likely be dictated by where fish are, not where humans are. That's an important message. So to see the animals feeding on lots of fish, that's a healthy ecosystem, but also a reminder that don't hop in the water because any interaction where you're seeing sharks feeding on fish, it's safer to be out of the water. And on that note, we're also seeing not just sharks feeding on these bait fish, we're seeing Brutus whales, which are 16 meters long, also feeding on the same resource. So think of it, the ocean doing its natural thing, but be shark smart, be mindful and respectful.
It is their home after all, isn't it? Vanessa, thanks for your time today.